What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric. This is basically just my week in my life as a trader. So this is actually Sunday. I'm starting this video on Sunday because Sunday's an extremely important day. Usually people overlook it and just start on Monday. If you're only looking at the charts on Monday, you're missing everything that happened on the weekend. SPY's up a bunch over this weekend, so I'm prioritizing that. So that's why the two stocks I'm going to be looking at mainly today, and just back testing before the markets open, is SPY and QQQ. I might throw in SPX as well, but I usually just stick to SPY and QQQ as my kind of like indexes. So this is going to be a time lapse. This is probably going to be around like 30 minutes of me just studying, just going away, and I'm going to shrink it down probably like 30-40 seconds. So if you guys do want more videos like this, let me know. I'm going to be doing this through Friday. Friday's going to be my last day. So I'm recording basically during my trades. I'm just going to record my trades, explain why I took them, and then also just exactly what I did here. So I'm going to get into that.
Now come out and play. Show face, some way, just think. Show me how you think for now, cause I showed you the light that you're good. Won't hold you, I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I'm out in the city.
Finish out trading for the day. This is Monday, November 10th, and I had a lot of school stuff today, so I was just mainly focusing on that. It's around 1:40 now. I took 2 trades today, and I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I did on those trades, but the reason why I didn't pick up the camera too early today was because I had a lot of stuff I had to figure out for school. I had like registration for my college classes, so I was mainly focusing on that side of it. So for the last I've been up since 6-ish, and then just been doing a bunch of just random different things. I still have to work out, and I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends today, but I'm gonna also be going into like explaining these trades, and also when I go through my trades, they help me learn a lot. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this kind of like video, is because I find it really helpful to be able to talk about what I do and what I trade, and kind of just be able to show you guys, just so like maybe it can teach or inspire somebody else, and it could also help me learn how to become a better trader, because it's like I'm able to re-see exactly what I did, exactly what I traded, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be showing you guys that. We made around 450 bucks today, so that puts us at 450 for this week so far. And I'm just going to be tracking how much I make only singly from options trading, not anything from long-term or short-term swing trades. So I'm going to switch over to my computer, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. So the main charts I was looking at today were QQ and SPY. Over the weekend, we saw a big move up for both of them. There's a lot of money added into the S&P 500. So we see when it closed on Friday, it was at 609.73, and today it moved all the way up to opening at 618, 619. So I knew there was definitely upside potential, and usually if I don't take a trade in the first 45 minutes, because the first 15 minutes I don't take trades at all, I will not trade in the market at all, whatsoever. And so I knew there was definitely going to be a downside over here, because there was just way too much. So starting here, this is on the 5 minutes, but on the 2-minute charts, you can see it is just super choppy on this side. And so, let me move that back. And so this is the volume indicator I was looking at. And so we'll go on the 2-minute charts for SPY and QQQ at the same time. So for SPY, when we started seeing these patience candles right here at the 644, at around 678.91, I started realizing that there was going to be possibly a move more towards the downside. And right as the market started to kind of get choppy, we'll go back to the 5-minute charts real quick. And yeah, so right as the market honestly started getting choppy, where is it? Oh, why can't I find it? Yeah, so we saw a big move towards the upside, closer to the end of 855 actually, it looks like. So the reason why I didn't get in at that time was just because, again, usually I try to be done by 8, and that's exactly what happened today. So we'll see right here I entered in on this patience candle, and I was fine with it going a little higher than this. I actually had my stop loss above this. I just moved it down just to kind of show you guys because I don't want to get interrupted with this. We see this patience candle form, and the volume on the 2-minute charts was basically telling me, okay, there's like a good amount of volume towards the downside. Like there's a lot more sellers than there are buyers there, and that's the one thing I look for. So the thing was the moving averages and all that were all down here. So I was like, okay, we can at least make a 50 cent to $1 move towards the downside, and that would pay out pretty well. And so let's see how much I took home. And so from this trade alone, I was still looking at SPY as well, because these both stocks, again, they correspond very, very equally. So when I'm looking at these trades, I'm looking to see, okay, I need to make sure that if they are both are like, if SPY is going up and QQ is going down, there's something off. So from this trade alone, I made $205 off of 10 contracts. I went a little bit smaller on my first position size, and on my next position size, I went around actually a little bit less because there was I didn't think it would be able to. I thought it was going to keep bouncing off this VWAP, which is why I exited up here on this candle. And then near the end of the candle, it came right back down, and then we see it made another $2-3 move afterwards. But you look back and you're just like, okay, it's all good. So around this time as well, QQ and SPY, they're just doing their thing. Nvidia finally hit this big red candle, and this basically just gave me like, I should have realized then and there that maybe this trade would have been able to go a lot longer, and that's what. So I got out very, very early, which is a big mistake, but I look back at it as more as a learning kind of thing. I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, okay, it's whatever. That's why, again, I entered for this trade. There was absolutely zero chance, I believe, that this stock was gonna go towards the upside, because this whole spot, like here to here to here to here, like this whole spot, it was not getting up really above that, and it would not hold either. So every time it would hit a new high, and let's say it held for more than 5 seconds, I would instantly be like, okay, I need to maybe get out of this. Instead, I just kept holding, and we saw the move towards the downside. And on the 5-minute charts, it looks beautiful. On the 2-minute charts, it still looks really nice. Because the volume was definitely there. I was more just scared of these moving averages because there was a bunch. And we see that in this one candle, it went down whole dollar. So we look back and I learned from this. Hopefully tomorrow, I can continue everything that I did today into tomorrow. So this is the first kind of overview of the trades I took today. So again, around $450. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep this video up. I think I'm about to go to the gym in a couple minutes, and so then we'll keep it up there. So just finished back and biceps. I'm headed home now. It was a good back and bicep day. I was gonna hoop a little bit, but I kind of just want to get back home, just eat, and then just do some homework. Kind of. So just finished studying up a little bit. I'm about to get some food actually. Look at that sunset. Great. What's up, guys? So for the next part of this video, before I get into my trading, like back testing, I'm gonna read you guys a little verse that I really like. It's from Jeremiah 29. It's verse 10 through 13. For thus says the Lord, when 70 years are completed for Babylon, I will visit you, and I will fulfill to you my promise, and bring you back to this place. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So that's always one I like to go back to whenever I test my faith, and just kind of like I'm always just overthinking. So I want you guys to be like, I'm trying to. What's up, everyone? So this is Tuesday, November 11th, and it is it 11th? I don't know. And it's Veterans Day today, so thank you to all the veterans. So we're currently, so I started editing this video on Monday, so yesterday. So I have Sunday and Monday already completely caught up. Today, all the videos I make today, I'm gonna put in right away. So I'm hoping to hopefully get this out right as Saturday hits. I'm making some eggs right now. Trying to have like, because this video is honestly helping me like just focus on like my eating too. So I'm not eating out as much and just eating a lot of nonsense. Trying to drink like a bunch of water and just have like up my protein, up my calories as well, because obviously I'm still bulking. So yeah, we're gonna have this and some avocado toast as well. And I was supposed to be going to a coffee shop, but my friend Louise is still not awake, so we're all good. And right now this video is probably gonna be at around 10 minutes. So I'm trying to aim for less than 30, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Because the plan today is go to the gym and hit legs and probably just hoop. And then I'm supposed to be, what is the other thing? Oh, why am I blanking, bro? I'm supposed to be golfing today. I don't know if that's gonna go through. Hopefully I do. So I've been wanting to hit for a little bit. Pause. And yeah, and I mean, just like some back testing as well. So the market was open, but banks were closed. And since I am a day trader, I don't like taking that big risk, because this is the thing. A lot of people consider this whole day trading stuff to be gambling. And in an essence, if you don't know what you're doing, it absolutely is. The way that I look at the market right now is different than I looked at it a month ago, 2 months ago, and even a week ago. I still look at the market differently because of the strategies that I use and the indicators and all this that goes into it. I remember when I first started, I was like, oh yeah, I trade based on kind of news. No, I don't. Bro, if you trade just on news, you're just gambling. Like Palantir, for example, it had amazing earnings and it still went down. Palantir should not be that high valued. I think people finally realized that, and it finally happened. So what I recommend for you guys is, if you're getting into investing or day trading, on the investing side of it, start learning how to just regular invest. Take like $100, $200. I usually just say take a decent amount, because it's like you want to invest in companies that you you have to invest in companies that you use, or that you know what they actually do. So if you invest in NVIDIA, but you don't know what they do, so it's like, why are you investing in NVIDIA? But if you're investing in it because, oh, I have their GPU, or I just like their GPU in general, I know what they kind of do, I like the AI that they put out, you know what they do. And if you actually support it, if you support its future, then go ahead and invest in it. There's a couple of stocks that I don't very heavily support, and one of them right now is Quantum. I'm not getting into quantum computing at all until at least another year. I just see it as very volatile still. So I'm gonna give it some time on Quantum, but I know a lot of people have made an insane amount of money in Quantum, and I respect it, but I'm staying away for now. So yeah, this video is either gonna catch up at me at the coffee shop or me at the gym. We'll see. And I'm gonna be getting a camera next week. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. To actually start recording these videos a lot better. So I'm gonna get the DJI one, the Osmo, the Pocket one. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. So if you guys have any recommendations, drop them in the comments. I think probably 2 people will make it up to this point. I know one of them is gonna be Luke. So shout out Luke. Yeah, so I'm gonna catch you guys up in the next one.
I thought I saw your face today, but I just turned my head away, your face against the trees.
All right, so what's going on? So this is the end of November 11th, Veterans Day. So today, there's 0 trades I took. I woke up. I knew I wasn't gonna already trade anything, because like a bank holiday is just very risky, and that's the thing. Why a lot of people say investing is or trading is such gambling is because people are on the side of, oh, you're taking this big risk on this stock, and it's like, you have this much, this is your stop loss, but this is how much profit you're gonna take. That's a risk. It's always a risk. Everything in your life is a risk. So why not try to avoid the risks that you can by not hopping in the trade, but the trades that I can hop in, and the eventual goal is to make it so where I have like a bunch of money in my actual trading account. So when I get in a trade, that trade moves 5-10%, and I can make $3, $4, $5,000 in a single trade. That's the eventual goal. Right now it's more, like kind of just going on, like trying to hit maybe like anywhere from 10 to 40% trades. Like, and either way, those are always great too. Like, I mean, bro, any profit is profit. If there's a day where I make $7, guess what? I didn't lose money. If there's a day where I lost $100 and the day before that I made 200, I'm still up $100. So it's like, right now I had a 10K month back in June of last year, and I became really emotional with my trading after that. And so now I'm focusing more on rotating back towards getting those months higher back up, but at the same time focusing on taking correct trades and making my trying to make it so my losses are so tiny and my trade wins are so big. That's the eventual goal. And so that's why I'm making this series, is because it kind of keeps me in track of, okay, I'm not just taking some stupid trade that I don't even really know about. I'm actually back testing. I'm actually trying to understand it. So the next trade that we're going to be doing tomorrow, we're going to have to see what happens with it. But hey, we're still up $470 on the week. So it's been a great week so far. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I think there is news, so we'll have to see how that goes. And yeah, so today I went to a coffee shop, back tested there with two of my friends. Louise is definitely not gonna be watching this video. He has no attention span, so it's okay. But yeah, hey, shout out to some of my friends real quick. Luke, I know Luke Cotterill. I know you're probably at this point. Appreciate you watching, bro. You're probably like the only person. Maybe Luke Penner. I think you'll make it this far. And it's only Tuesday, so I'm trying to keep this short. I think we're already at 16 minutes, which isn't horrible. But again, I recorded a little bit from Sunday. Monday I did a decent amount, and then today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna record a lot more. And so yeah, Luke, hey, Matthew NG. Matthew, I think you might be here too. I was gonna shout out Morgan, but Morgan, I don't think Morgan's gonna be watching this, so it's okay. But hey, whoever else is up to this point, bro, I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you trying to help me out. Just seeing my journey, because I know a lot of you guys are friends with me, so you guys can kind of see where I'm at, but this is helping me a lot more. I'm gonna be investing in an actual camera. Justin, shout out Justin as well. I think Justin will probably get to this point, hopefully. Justin, bro, please. Maybe JP. JP's a very busy guy though, so JP, I don't expect you to get here, don't worry. But yeah, so now it's around 10:02, so I'm gonna just take my creatine, and I already back tested enough. And this is the thing I'm trying to get to, is I don't need to be surrounded by the charts 24/7. You don't need to be surrounded by the charts all the time, because when you're surrounded by the charts every single moment of your day, what are you doing? The whole goal is to not have to work that much. If you're surrounding yourself in the charts every single hour, bro, you're taking the whole goal away. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to sleep now after I take my creatine. But if you have made it to this point, I really appreciate you watching. We're gonna catch up the video tomorrow. How's it going, everyone? Today is Wednesday, November 12th. So I took 2 trades today, and the first trade was a full TP, and I made around $250. It was a really small trade, but because there were just so much rejection levels, it was on QQQ. And the common thing is I usually trade QQQ and SPY the most, but if there is a day where it's like, okay, like SPY and QQQ, they're not moving how I think they usually do, I don't trade them. And that's when I'll look at a different stock. Also, cut off the goatee. It's kind of random, I just didn't really like it anymore. But, and then I took another trade, and that trade got completely blown out by news. I did not know there was news today. And I went down around $200, and so I was basically at break even, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna add on, because it can easily bounce back up because there's a bunch of levels still under it, and it did not. And so I ended up taking a $200 loss, bringing my total this week, I believe, to $270. Not the greatest week so far because yesterday I didn't trade, but I'm learning a lot. It's currently around 4:30 p.m. And I've been back testing for the last 3 hours. So I had an exam and a quiz today for my econ class, and I finished those in about an hour. And I haven't even worked out yet. This is my rest day, but usually I still like to go to the gym on my rest day. So I don't know if I want to play basketball, or even I have a fan bike in my backyard, so I might just hop on that. I'm kind of just seeing. I'm supposed to have a Bible study, but that got canceled. A lot of them are sick, so it's all good though. So the situation we're kind of in right now is this trade it really upset me on my mental when I trade, because it was an easy day for me to kind of close off and take profit. But instead I kept making a small mistake of, maybe it will, but I never do that. It's something I got past really quick, and so I think this is just something that I need to continue to work on, because there was a lot. That's the reason why a lot of people consider trading to be gambling, because people always say, oh, it might go up or it might go down. Why not use volume and use your indicators and use your levels and more things that can actually help you take that good trade? Why not use those to try to get that good trade, and to where it's like, okay, you're not just risking a whole lot of money for no reason. So we're still on a profitable week, and I'm completely fine with that. This whole journey is supposed to be to get to another 10K month, and after that get to a 6-figure month. That's why I'm not very upset about it. I think that today it's a lot more back testing and just figuring out what I can do better throughout the week. So usually Wednesdays are like the most active. That's how it's been for the last 3 weeks. Wednesdays have been the most active day. But the government might open back up tonight. They're deciding on it, and then Trump has to sign it. So be a little bit more cautious. We also got a lot of earnings today. This is also a great YouTube channel. Their name's Stocked Up. And so we have a good amount of earnings. Again, I don't trade earnings. I think that's just straight gambling, but it is always good to see what companies are doing good, what companies are doing bad. And that's why I'm kind of having this video run in the background while I just am going to be back testing. But the whole goal, again, is to get to that 10K month one more time. Well, not one more time. To get back to that 10K month and stay consistent. So I'm not really too upset about this week so far. I think it's just a lot of learning that I have to do. But I'm getting very familiar with how SPY and QQQ move, and I think that is very good for me. The only thing was SPY, it wasn't paying that well today. And the losses that people were taking were a lot bigger than the gains that they were making, just overall. And the level that I set out for, it just got completely blown past. And we've been seeing that SPY's been early in the morning and throughout the early morning overall, it will see a decline, and then towards the middle, it will shoot up, and it'll shoot right back up to where it opened at. And we didn't see that today. We saw more of it was more, honestly, kind of just choppy. It opened at around 684 and closed at 683.35. So it's obviously closed a little bit lower, but if we go back to yesterday, actually no, we don't want to see yesterday. If we go back to the day before, opened at 678 and closed at 682, and if you bought that dip, that's 675. That's where it was low at. So we got a lot to learn from. Today, honestly, I don't have any plans. I do need to go to pick up some chicken and some other stuff. But yeah, so it's just gonna be a calm day. It's pretty cloudy, pretty gloomy outside, so I'm gonna come back and I want to back test Tesla, because that was another stock, and also Meta. Meta just completely just red candle after red candle after red candle, and I got done trading by 7:45, so it was pretty early. But after that big loss, I was like, okay, I like am not in the right mindset. That's why there's a lot of times where it's like, are you sure you want to day trade today? Because it's, what exactly are you gonna see in the market? And it's like, if you wake up super tired and you're just, I just want to get to stay over with. That's why whenever I get up, I try to drink a bunch of water and just go, like, at least walk around a little bit and then sit down, because it's like you get up from your bed, you get straight onto your desk, because my bed right here, my desk right here. So I get up and I just sit down. No, that's not gonna help me out at all. So we're gonna keep back testing, and tomorrow hopefully we're gonna see a little bit better of a day. I'm hoping to see I'm hoping to close off around $500 this week, but again, it's just however the market goes. But it's been a great week overall. Still, I'm learning a lot, and so I'm just gonna keep continuing to do that. Yeah, so this video is probably just gonna catch up tomorrow, because it's like a long video already. I don't really have anything else to really talk about in this video, and the rest of the day is gonna be super just boring. Yeah, so maybe I'll catch up a little bit tonight, and if not, I'll definitely do it tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys then. What's up, everyone? So it's currently it's Thursday. Just finished trading for the week. Currently driving to my friend's house. It's been a very busy day. I've had a very, very busy day. Constantly been working today. Like, this is my first, like, more free time. Had a lot of schoolwork to do, and just a bunch of just random stuff that I have to do throughout the week. So right now is my free time. I'm going to hang out with one of my friends, Luke, one of the only persons I know that's actually gonna be watching this video. And so I'm headed over there. Haven't seen him in a little while. This is kind of a chopped, like, camera setup. Actually, it doesn't even look that bad, I'm not gonna lie, but, like, I definitely don't think a cop wants to see this. I mean, I hope not, but so yeah, I mean, today we made around $200, but that was after I hit one of the, like, oh, there we go, there, oh, there we go, oh, shit. Now it's like on the busy road, bro. I took a beautiful trade today on QQQ, but that was after I took a really horrible trade on NVIDIA. On NVIDIA, I lost around $400, and first I took a SPY trade. I made around 100. Then I took that NVIDIA trade down 400, down 300, and I was like, okay, like, that was like one of the dumbest trades I've ever taken, because it wasn't a dumb trade. It was more just the levels that I had, it just went straight through, and that bounce that it just kept going through the bounce. Let's just say that. So I decided, I'm like, okay, you know what, it's whatever. Like, I was fine with the trade at, like, and I was like, okay, this QQQ, it's been rejecting off this level, and around I believe I got in at 720, and I don't remember exactly how much the move was. I think it was $1 or $2 towards the downside. Oh, let's hope it doesn't fall. Please don't fall, please don't fall. Alright, it's very rainy outside, but we caught that, like, I caught a big move towards the downside, and it went through all my take profits. I let a runner go as well, and that profit, beautiful profit. And so off that trade, we made around $650. So that puts us up around, I actually don't know for the week. I honestly haven't been keeping that much track. It is Thursday, I didn't take a trade on Tuesday. But other than that, I mean, it's been an amazing week trading, and I think it's crazy to look back and, like, I was working 30-hour weeks, and I mean, I had no time to do anything, and I was taking these big losses on these, like, trades, and even when I would make profit, it's like, dude, I just worked the entire week And yeah, I made like a couple $100, but that doesn't hit right. And so now I'm very lucky to be able to be in the position that I'm in, where I'm able to make these videos and talk about, yo, this is my life as a profitable day trader. I think that's like one of the greatest things, because a lot of people, they're living the life that, you know, mostly YouTubers that you're seeing right now, they're profitable, but these people are making 10 to 20, some $100,000 a month, and they also are taking a bunch more trades. They are selling courses. They're doing all of this kind of stuff. And that's the one thing I always held myself to is right now, if anyone on this video texts me or like follows me on Instagram and is like, hey, do you think you could teach me like how to invest? Absolutely, I will teach you how to invest no matter what. This video can get 1,000 views and 10 people can text me and I will help all 10 of them. I believe that we're in my position, God has put me here to be able to go help out others who want to learn and who want to advance. I am in no situation where I'm like, nah, I can't teach you, bro, sorry. No, absolutely I can teach you. I can help out whoever. So, yeah, so this week has been absolutely amazing. I've been editing this video like every day going on as well. I'm gonna record a part with Luke as well. Because I recorded a part at the gym yesterday, but like that Loki I was recording and one of my friends came up to me and we were just chatting the whole time. So it wasn't really like I literally didn't even talk to the camera once. So yeah, we're gonna definitely, Friday's always a great day to trade. After today, SPY definitely took a pretty big, it's going towards the downside, and we see the Fed rate cuts might not be cut this coming up December. Sorry, I gotta get down to this. It might not be coming up, or sorry, yeah, December. And also on top of that, they're not really releasing the jobs, information about jobs from October. So they're two pretty big informations that I think are very, very crucial. And so we're just gonna kind of see how, like, what we can do with that. So yeah, great day today. I'm gonna record a little bit more. What's up, everyone? So this concludes the week. Took a AMD, Tesla, and a QQQ trade. Ended up around $400. So finishing on almost like $1,000 week. After like rebuilding my strategy, that's like, it's been a really, really solid week because I think I've officially found the strategy that works the most and most efficient for me. So I've been consistently at around, I'm losing more, but the one thing I'm trying to fix is whenever I do lose a trade, that trade's usually my loss is a lot bigger than like my gains. So like that's why I had 2 trades this week where I lost over $300, and then one of the trades instantly just made a bunch back. So yeah, I think they were all calls today. I think the QQQ might have been a put, but amazing week. I've learned a lot, and today. How's it going, everyone? So I'm gonna be examining 4 trades that I took. The 2 winning ones were on SPY, and then 1 losing one was on, or 2 losing one were on NVIDIA, and 1 was on QQQ. Both of these were pretty big, hefty losses. So that's why I'm going to examine these ones. And these were actually my only 2 losses throughout the entire week. But I had some really good trades on these as well. So the first one we're going to look at is this. We're going to look at SPY. So right here, we had a rejection. It was bouncing off this simple moving average. And so we already have, so on SPX, so I will show you guys, whenever SPX moves a total of $15, I always like to look for it's just a rejection like spot. So we can see SPX opened at 665 and it got all the way down to 6648. So that's where we're going to go. And it got all the way to 696. And so since we saw, some people might have taken one here, but they didn't let the other candle open. They didn't get any they didn't get any more information that they could have from that next candle. And that's why you need to let that next candle open to make sure it tests and backs up what you're going to be trading. So right here, we see that this is exactly where I took it, but on SPY, this rejection forms on the 2-minute candle, and this at 6:48. So this is basically pretty close to when the market opened, but it validates my rule of after the first 15 minutes. So we see it rejects off. I entered down here. I could have had a better entry, but I'm not complaining too much. I think this is honestly a solid entry. And we moved down around 50 cents, and which this was around a $200 trade, I believe. So it was a really solid trade. And the reason why I got off here is because it kept at this whole area. This entire area right here. Oh, that was like not what I wanted to do. This entire area of my purple box is where it kept bouncing off of. So right as it kept bouncing, I was like, okay, this is giving me enough information that this is probably not going to hold. And we could see it bounced off a little bit after, and there's just a lot of moving averages down here. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my profit and I'm going to get out. And also going into the market, I kind of knew a lot of people were going to be buying. So it was it was just a great time to get out. And here's my other win, but we're going to actually go straight to NVIDIA first. So we close SPX. So on NVIDIA, this was a really dumb trade I took. So I entered in at the bottom, and this was on the 5-minute chart. So we'll switch to 5 minutes. So as you can see, I entered in pretty low, and I had my stop loss honestly pretty low too, because I wasn't as sure on this trade. And then right as this candle formed, I was like, okay, there's going to be a big wick fill, sorry, which is basically this entire wick just gets filled up because I had all these levels marked out, and there are also just a bunch of pivots, and this pivot was very crucial because I kept seeing this candle reacted to it, and these two candles were barely holding above it, and they would just keep getting smacked down. So I stayed in, and this ended up being around a $400 loss, I believe. I don't actually remember exactly how much. But it was definitely a rough trade just because of I decided to add on, and yeah, so it kind of ended up screwing me in the end. But this actually helped me a lot out today because it made me realize, okay, I need to be more sure on my trade before I just get into it. So I was a lot more sure on the trades I took today, and I think this is going to help me a lot out this week too. And this is just like, it looks like I just started trading with how this looks. So this was horrible. Disgusts me to look at, but it's all good. I'm not upset about it. So now we're going to go to our QQQ trade, and this was the day before, I believe. And I actually don't know why my stop loss was there, but okay, that's fine. I believe my stop loss was actually this level. Or she was a little bit under. So on this trade, we entered here, and so actually, yeah, we entered here, but with QQQ, so I think I had this here, and then as QQQ kind of moves on, the longer that you're in the trade, it's just your money, you have to go higher up to actually make more money back. So if I enter on 620, 620.9, and maybe like 15-20 minute passes, maybe I have to get to 621, something like that. So this looked actually kind of good when I was first looking at it, I believe on the 5-minute chart. And I need to go find it again. And the problem was it got affected by this VWAP and just all these this 400 moving average is very, very crucial. And so it ended up completely getting rejected, and we never even really reached that point again. So this was honestly a pretty crappy trade. We were struggling to get past this pivot and just all this information that was right here. And I heard actually from someone today, and what they told me honestly kind of helped me out a lot more with this trade specifically. Um, if you have to be a lot more sure before you get into these trades. This one right here really ended up screwing me over because I wasn't that sure, but I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get into it. And it really affected this trade and the day after on Nvidia. I'm not completely upset with this trade, because again, I ended off the week pretty positive, but I think it's more. I need to be a lot more sure before before I just start getting into these trades. But it's all good. I'm not like we're just gonna keep. I definitely learned a lot from this one and then the video one, and I think next week is gonna be a lot more solid. As long as we have good price action, but I'm very confident for next week. And so now we're gonna go on to the very last one. So this was honestly a pretty beautiful execution that I had. We were in the 5-minute charts, but there's not a whole lot of information. So I was actually watching I was watching on the 2-minute. That's where I was. Oh, where did we go? Where did we go? There it is. And I could have completely rode this all the way down, but hey, never upset. So I got in on this trade after this patience candle formed, and it started bouncing a little bit back up. And so that's when I decided to get in. And all we really had was this pivot, this moving average, and I mean this moving average wasn't really. I wasn't really worried about that. I was gonna see, okay, it's probably gonna more bounce off of it. And so after this candle, usually there's a lot more trades where I'll just get out. I'll just hop right out. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Like, I made my profit. I'm out. But this candle was, or this on the 5-minute chart just looks beautiful. And I mean, it gave me entry after entry. And again, I could have stayed in it, but I decided not to. And so with this trade, I wrote it completely all the way down. And this paid around $600. And the way that I entered this trade was off that patience candle and just that rejection that was coming before that, which helped that trade a ton. This rejection off this moving average. So this is honestly a great trade, and I definitely want to execute more trades like this. And I think the trades I'm going to be trading, or the stocks that I'm going to be trading, indexes I'm going to be trading a lot more, is SPY and QQQ. I think for the next coming weeks, I'm going to be focusing very heavily on them, because that's the most trades I took this week was on SPY and QQQ, and I paid the best. Because the contracts aren't as expensive. They got more expensive recently. They're around, I mean, $200 to $150, but usually, like where I am, it's $120 to $2, and those are perfect price for me. And again, we're just growing our buying power and all that. So, yeah. So let's go full screen real quick. Now, I really hope this video, I hope someone stayed to watch this whole video. Maybe it motivated them. This next video is gonna be a lot better. This is kind of just me more getting the hang of it. So I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys did all the way through this with this, I'm gonna keep posting and just keep working towards getting more content out. So yeah. My TikTok's gonna be in the description. I'm gonna be posting a lot more on there too, and my Instagram and my I think that's it. My Instagram as well. Follow my Instagram. That's where I'm always on Instagram. So if you guys made it to this point, thank you again. God bless you guys, and you guys have an amazing rest of your day.